cosmic guru, Dakshinamurti. Dakshinamurti is your aspect. He is there. So all the needed manifestation, she made sure we have it. It's for us to identify them and take them depending on your need. And that is the secret. You can consume them depending on your need. If you have Mother's grace, you would know who you should invoke, who you should consume. And that is a tremendous opportunity. No other place she is. So when I meet those gurus and siddhas, they all tell me, and David Lark sitting there, he tells, no other place here who could have that. And who is helping me, how I get the information, how I am accomplishing, he knows. He has told Rakesh that I have not seen him or talked to him for 2 years. But I know what he's saying is true. I'm the only one who would know other than Divine Mother. But he knows it. So there are many siddhas, not necessarily in India. Anywhere I've seen many people who are not common, 1 in a million, can be seers. Seer mean going beyond mind, body, ego restriction and go to the higher level of inner eye, wisdom eye, third eye, whatever you want to call. Then you see the high energy, high vibratory beings and receive information from them. These are not seen with human eyes, human ears, human senses. They are super sensual. The key word in this temple is the super sensual beings are very active. And this place can grant you the super sensual wisdom, knowledge, experience, and that. The super sensuality is the fourth state. In Turiya, you feel them. Not the waking, sleeping, dreaming, you don't feel them because senses are false. The term senses bear false witness. That's technically true because it's very rudimentary. Many things you don't see, many things you don't know, but they exist. So when you go to fourth state of existence with the Divine Mother's grace, or you have to have mantra, yantra and tantra. She has granted to us in this temple all those. Otherwise we would not be able to do what all she wants us to do. So she has given that for you. I may be a messenger, I may be a medium, I call myself a mailman, I deliver mail. It's up to you to take it and consume and benefit. I am no guru. Only guru in this temple is her. She's agreed to be Para Ma Guru, Para origin of all gurus. She's given herself to you. You have to consume her. How? With your love, with your reverence, your devotion, and your sacrifice. That is the reason we always have sponsorship, because we want you to have a chance to connect your soul to her. And that ultimately goes into some form of sacrifice, which is really a wrong term, but I don't know any other term to use. Something to connect your soul to Super Soul. That means it goes to some form of giving something of importance to you. And that applies to all the religion. Fundamental concept to Abraham, to Muhammad, that's a fundamental concept. You have to think of her deep enough, connect your soul to that soul. Because that soul is ready to give it to you, but your soul is not ready to consume it. We are just low vibratory beings. We are better than this. This is inanimate object. Maybe 1 is a unit of vibration. I may be 10,000, you're all 10,000. But we have to go to million or 2 million. The closest deity, Devata in this temple will be millions and millions of vibration. So to make us consume them, we need the divine grace and blessing and the kindness of that and the wisdom. And all this help. And this Nataraja is manifested here as Uddhava Tandavam and Tripura Sankara Tandavam. These are the various forms of cosmic dance. Don't have the time to go into it. One day we will discuss it. And they're all here. And you can go to that depth. If you really want to be a seer and understand, become a siddha, this element, this aspect would help you. But this is very unique she has given us. The Ark of Covenant, Shakti Garbha, and I have to give credit to our Stabadi standing there. Can you identify yourself? He is our Stabadi, Chief Stabadi. He just came from India today. It's a fascinating story. When Mother said, build my house, it took me 2 years. I met many people. He has come and seen me many times. One day you said, he has a potential, but he has to communicate with the divine architect. How can he communicate? Who is the divine architect? Vishwakarma. When Brahma wants to create, he needs an architect. So he created that aspect of Mother as Vishwakarma. Vishwakarma is divine architect. So she told, you bring him to Vishwakarma, do a homa, make him there, give the mantra. She gave all 3. Then the man has changed. He is not the same Stabadi as he was before. He can communicate, he receives all the energies, right? So she did very, very scientifically. He said, you people need somebody special, I will make him somebody special. You do a homa with this mantra, I will wake up Vishwakarma in him. And she woke him up. Otherwise he could not have done that. Nobody can do what he did. That many devotees, I identify them, and I communicate to Rakesh. Rakesh communicates to him. He doesn't speak the same language. I don't know how he communicates, how he sees. It's a mystery to me to this day, because they don't speak the same language. I speak the language. So I go and see him periodically and communicate with him. But day to day, Rakesh talks, and it is not a mouth talk. It has to be from soul to soul, right? You don't know the language. So many, many mystical things happen here. I just laugh it out because it's so ordinary. Miracles are very ordinary here. So I don't give too much credence. But the way it happened, she made him into Vishwakarma Parambara. Parambara means that lineage. He is from that lineage. But to wake up that energy, he needed to build this. Am I right? And he told me last time I met him 3 months ago, he cries. Tears come in. I said, Doctor, I can never do this again. I said, why not? There's many of them like this. He said, no, I cannot do that. I said, once you know you've done it, he says, no, I cannot. Only this place she let me do that. I wouldn't be able to. Right? Am I right? I'm quoting him. So he will give you his mystical experiences next Friday. We'll give him half an hour. He cannot wait to share with you all the mystical experiences he had with which he built this. So very blessed soul. He is the best Tabati in the world now. Thank you. So we'll let you share your experiences. Okay, Ark of Covenant. So she said, you are installing my aspect. How are you going to do Abhishekam? You got to do Abhishekam for me, to take me. She would come, but I have to take her through the Devatas. How are we going to go up and do Abhishekam? She said, no, I will give you an ark that is like what I gave you. Solomon she gave. And with that Ark of Covenant, he built the first temple. It's lost. That ark is lost, but it's still present. Templars probably had them. It is still there, energy is still there, but no one knows where it is. She granted that. She said, you do Abhishekam. It looks like this too. Original ark given to Judaism. We will do Abhishekam for that. So we'll announce it to you. You come and participate. When we do Abhishekam to this, it's very mystical. The Stabadi worked very hard on that. There's lots of mystical herbs inside which creates energy. These herbs have mystical energy. The Devatas feel comfortable with those energy, the vibration, so they manifest. So we found out all the mystical energy, kept it, and it will be there, and we'll start doing Abhishekam so that all the Devatas will be pleased to come into us, to grant us. They'll grant you, but again, it goes back to what we can consume. Ultimately, every information I give you, by the way, is all given to you. The time it came to me, 40 years I've been doing Kundalini, is given to humanity, but you don't know it. Now you know it, and you'll know more. At all I know you would know, but depends on you. How much committed are you to receive that? How much you grow yourself, your soul, how much it manifests. How does it do with the gnosis, with the wisdom, with the jnana I share with you. Whatever she teaches me, I share with you in the simplest possible way I do. The most complex you would know. But she would teach you that. Once you manifest in you, she'll give you all the complexity, which you may or may not need in this life. But whatever it is, she will grant you that. So that is here, and we have buried it because it has to be underneath the earth. But we'll make another one so you can see it. It'll be on top of the real one, so that you can show your respect, your adoration, your affection, your love to that. So we'll make another one. Am I right? And that's for us, for a mind-body level, we'll have another one. But the real one is already there, and the energy will go when we do the Abhishekam for that. So that level, she's affectionate towards us. She's so precise. She knows what we need to consume her. Essentially is a consumption of the grace to us. So much she has done. There are many, every religion teaches all the gnosis and wisdom, but knowing and realizing is totally different thing. In our tradition, we directly communicate with divine. And this is not just Hinduism. Hinduism is a misnomer. Sanatana Dharma, which is eternal, because it came at the time of creation. It's not like a religion. The name was given by Persian because Sindhu is Hindu. But the basic purpose is there in every religion. Every mystical aspect of religion, if you study it, they're all there. Kabbalistic Judaism has many of the things we know. Gnostic Christians knew many of the things we discuss now. And Sufis in Islam knew. But they're all persecuted. They eliminated them. Gnostic Christianity was persecuted. Sufis are killed in Iran and countries like that because they were afraid of them. And Kabbalists still there, but again hidden. They are not openly, and most people I know, they don't even know Kabbalism, even though they don't know the real Jewish principle is in Kabbalism. There have been books written, but nobody knows those things. Mahmadi Das is a great Siddha who wrote many books on Kabbalism. He lived about 1,000 years ago. After that, there are many in medieval time wrote also. But they do exist in a mystical sect of religion. Like for instance, the Freemasons. The Freemasons knew many of the secrets we used to build our temple. In the medieval time, the Gothic structure, they used the secrets. That secret is given to us and given to him, I made this. It's very profound. It looks like somebody can build. No, we did not build it. And how can I say that? You think I built it. No, the secrets came from her. And when I reviewed them, Templars had that, and they built Gothic structure, became very powerful, and then the story took a turn for the worse, because demons took care of that. They did not want gnosis to be there in the world. They want to control us, and they will always control us. And people ask why tragedy like this happens when divine doesn't want. I tell them, without demon, there are no angels. Without bad, there is no good. They have to exist. It's for us to know, acknowledge, and make them submissive. That's a beautiful concept. At the time of creation, they created. That's why she says, I am the mother of all. Everything which exists, she is a mother. She created them. There must be a reason for that. The reason is for us to overcome them. That demon in us, ignorance, violence, greed, jealousy, lack of compassion, selfishness, those are the demons. But in the macrocosmically, what Chandikeswari destroyed is trillion times more intense of those emotions which I discussed with you. And we have them. Nobody can deny. We have greed, we have jealousy, we have violent tendency in us. Basically, we are bestial. We have to admit that. But we have come up to a higher level of consciousness, so we control them. But you see what's happening in the world. To me, it's very logical. The demons will always be there. And it is not a bad statement to make. It's not a pessimistic statement. Without them, the angels would not exist. The way we understand the angels. They will exist, but not the way we understand. So with bad, you have to, without bad, there is no good. Without the evil, there is no demon. So that concept is very fundamental. It's very logical and it's very basic. Everything created came from a Divine Mother. So it has to be a purpose. The purpose is this. You acknowledge them, I will help you to conquer them. So you manifest your angelical quality, and then you come to angelical realm, and I'll take you to higher realms. That is a basic principle, which is very logical. Nothing can exist without her. She has a purpose. So demons are children, which is Aditi and Diti, two mothers. That is mythology. Aditi is mother of angels, Diti is mother of demons. But they are all created by one supreme creative force. And there's a reason for that. It is needed, and we have to overcome. That's why the world going through tragedies, which is part of it. We try to stop it, that is our obligation. But don't be dissuaded, don't be pessimistic, why the world is so nasty, so cruel. But it is the way it is. But there are goodness. You see many angelical qualities manifesting in us. The fact you're here, you probably sponsored some deities there. Why would you, one person who was here is not here? You gave $50,000 to sponsor Rajagopuram. We have 7 of them. There's Dr. Shanta sitting there quietly. Every time she comes, she'll bring a check. I look at her and say, God, how wise you are. Because she knows what's the best investment for her and the family, and she brings and gives it. But the reason is, she wants others to get what she gets from the temple. So when she sponsored that, the Rajagopuram, she sacrifices. She probably borrows some of the money. I wonder how every time she brings a check to me. But I tell her, don't do that, but if she wants to, I can't stop her. So the person who donated 50, he was here at the Varai home a couple of days ago. I told him he probably borrowed some of it, because I do. I borrow, because I'm a sponsor in all those. So I borrow, and what is it, temporary, like a monopoly money? Monopoly game? All this money, millions and millions, you buy one building, that's called monopoly money. In truth, it is that. But reality is I got to pay back my loan. But in the ultimate level, if you can do it, you get tremendous benefit. Not only for you, for your Pitrus. Pitrus are your forefathers. They are still present, the consciousness is still present. Some of them are you. You come back again. So the Pitru Loka is real, and the Pitrus exist in a level of consciousness. Some of them might have been you. That's why when people say, why is sin committed by my forefather, I have to pay. Truth is, that is that person in this life, and he pays a price. So the cosmic rule is very fair, very precise, very objective, pure. Nothing can interfere. It's a pure logic, and that's what happens. Okay, so that intense Garbha she has given it. How fortunate, how blessed we are. I can't find the word to explain that. You find out the proper word. Now, the cosmic covenant is really beautiful. At our temple, designed by her, and Shakti Garbha, which is source of all energy, have miracle powers, which will give you the gnosis. But our mission is the individual spirit, me. I covenant with her. I tell her, I'll do the best for all the forms of you. See, how can you pay her back? Can you pay her back for all the things she did for you? Yes, you can. To help a spark of her, which is another life form. Maybe human, maybe an animal, whatever. The spark is there. So if you do something for them, you're doing something for her. Otherwise, what does she need? She's a creator. A small piece of her became universes, many universes. That supreme consciousness is so powerful. She can think and create universe. What can we do for her? Yes, we can do kind acts to other humans, to animals, any life form which is a part of her. Does it make sense? It's a very logical conclusion. It's very easy to pay her back. That is the way you pay her back. That's what the covenant says, bridging between races, nations, and become one universal family. The ancient term for that is Vasudeva Kudumbam. What that means, universal family. Our rishis figured it out long ago. And how long ago? 10, 15,000. Not people, the Upanishadic history, all very contracted. They are not true. They meditated 10, 15,000, 20,000 years ago. Now I can boldly say that. I've been saying it. Just a year ago they found out a city in Indonesia, 20,000 years old. If they excavate Mohenjo-daro, Harappa deeper, there are many cities underneath. Many parts of India, there are many cities. We never explored them. And they happened to explore a year ago in Indonesia, 20,000 years old. These people meditated long before. In the Saraswati civilization time, when Saraswati went underground, that civilization died. But the consciousness persisted. Whatever the rishis thought and wrote, they all persisted as Itiha, Upanishads. Upanishads are end point of Vedanta. It explains everything. Known, unknown, it explains. Every aspect of life, creation, everything is in Upanishads. Fantastic writing. They wrote 10, 15,000 years ago. Because she sends me to those places where they meditated. They're in Jiva Samadhi. They're still living in a different level of consciousness. So the astral world, they all exist. Anything which existed ever has to exist, but not the physical part, not the mind body, the consciousness, the higher, the Vijnanamaya, the Anandamaya aspect of that Maharishi. I think I'm running out of time. I'll complete it. So that is the covenant, cosmic covenant, the beautiful, beautiful covenant, and the illumination of mind spirit leading to connection with the super soul. That is the fundamental aim of ours. Okay, these are the thing I talked about. These Maharishis, Siddhas, visiting rooms all exist. They still exist if you communicate with them. So what she did, she made sure we give presents to Maharishis, Vishwamitra, they're all there. They will be there. You will see them. Their form, the gross form, but trust me, their subtle form and the causal form is also there because Mother has made sure they are there. So the Rishis will be there, Siddhas will be there. And there are some living people. One example, of course, David Miller. There's a Jagat Guru, Goswamiji. He's a Jagat Guru. He is well known in northern part of India. In south, they don't know him that well. But I know him because Mother made him initiate me 30, 40 years ago. He will invite me only during Kumbh Mela. Kumbh Mela time only I will meet him, 12 years. He will take me to Prayag, 3:30, 4 in the morning. He will invoke Devatas, make them communicate with me. First time I did not understand. Second, third time, 3 Kumbh Mela, 36 years. And he is the one. He's 94 years old, he's sending his blessing. He's doing Prayogam for all of us, you too. And his son is a big Acharya. He's coming next week, he will give a talk to you. That is Goswamiji Maharaj's son. He's Acharya. He's well known in Europe. So he's coming down to communicate with you. He's 94 years old. I did not want to disturb him. But his grace is here very intensely. And he referred to our temple as Bhakti Dhamma in the West. So they all know. All the Siddhas I meet, they all know it. And David Milak is here, so you can see him. He knows about our temple. All the realized seers, I use the word Siddha Purushas, they all know the reality. They all know the special nature of this temple, this place. And tomorrow he will share some of his views, his concept with you tomorrow after the Homa in the afternoon. Then Sridhar Guruji you met, he calls it Guloka Vaikuntham, our place. The Kamakshi Swamigal is coming here for the function. He can share with you his vision. He's a very unique soul. He has built 108 Shaktipitas he has built. Kamakshi, mother, talks to him, communicates with him. He will be here because he wants to participate in this thing. And Chaitananji will be here. Many of you know him. He is Bagalamukhi worshipper. He has given life to that mantra, so he communicates. So these are all alive, but these are not alive, but they are all here in a higher level of consciousness, not in a physical form. And they all grace us. Mother made sure that we are aware of them. Abhinav Gupta is a great show. Abhinav Gupta lived 1,000 years ago. Great tantric master. That is true tantric. What tantric people talk, that is not tantric. True tantric, he was a true tantric. He is very actively present here because I communicate with him. He lived 1,000 years ago, wrote numerous writings. He is a Kashmir Shaiva, lived in Kashmir. Abhinav Gupta, Narada Maharishi, all know the embodiment of bhakti. Bhakti ultimately is the final endpoint. Jnana, karma, Raja Yoga you can do. It will give you, take you to higher level. But ultimate union, you need bhakti. And Narada Maharishi represented bhakti path and all about bhakti. Okay, Kumbhabhishekam means, Kumbha means retaining. So we retain the energy of Mother who is omnipresent, omniscient and omnipotent. Convert the temple. She is already there. Again, for us to receive. All these things we are doing is for us and the world to receive. There are many people watching this. Whoever is watching the show, think of the next week Kumbhabhishekam. Think of you mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You are here, you participate, you will gain all the benefit. Because you are not here, you are in Australia, Malaysia, Singapore, you are many countries. But think during the time of Kalasabhishekam. We are going to put holy water on Thursday. I will do them on Friday. Some of you are sponsors who are allowed to go up there and do it. And this water comes from ancient rivers, Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati. All three rivers we will bring here and we will do Kalasabhishekam on Thursday and Friday. Please participate. It's once in many lifetimes chance. Sponsor and participate. Go up and do that yourself if you can. That is on Thursday and Friday. Okay, thanks.
It's not easy, as you know, to
all the devotees around the world.
Dr. Kumar has sacrificed immensely in the past many lifetimes. We are blessed in his presence to be here, and I would request, as David mentioned, Dr. Kumar is an ascended master who's come here for all of us.
They don't need all that.
Thank you, Dr. Kumar.
Now we have a dance program. Are you ready for that? Yes, please. Come. David. Okay, yeah, they do it. First, Mr. Millar, come down here. I will garland him. Thank you for being here. Thanks for participating. Tomorrow is going to sit.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care.
So after the wonderful talk, we're going to have from 7 to...
Hi, Dr. Saluja. How are you?
We're going to have a cultural...
You picked him up? You're picking him up.
From all over the places.
So how are you?
So please be there. And
How are you doing?
we're going to start in a few minutes. Okay, thank you.
So here? So they're ready? Yes. Did they cover everything?
Thank you.
Meenakshi.